Yes, good day everyone. My name is Edwin, and with me is my friend Hafiz, and we'll be talking to you about our pharmacy journey in Australia, how we prepared for a Kaps examination, how we registered for eligibility check. I'll be speaking in English, and my colleague Hafiz will be talking in Urdu and Hindu. Hafiz, welcome to the program.
Good. How you going, man?
I'm good, bro. Can you introduce yourself so that people can get to know you?
Hi, guys. This is Hafiz here from Pakistan, and I'm working as an intern pharmacist in Queensland. And my journey is a bit different from Edwill, because I appeared for pharmacy exam in March 2022, and I easily passed it on my first attempt. At the same time, I was studying master degree, which is MBA and professional accounting, and I just studied 3 months, and you can say every days I just spent 4 hours, and I just did it in just less than 100 days.
That
So
is
for
really
me,
That's
yeah,
really good. So you were able to combine your master's program with the course preparation.
yeah, that was very hard to like schedule everything. To be honest, I was studying at university my master degree, and then at the same time I was doing jobs, and it's very hard to find time. So, but still, I managed to find 3 to 4 hours every day. I was committed that I will spare somehow 4 hours minimum, and in a matter of 3 months I just pass it, and it was very easy for me. So if I can pass, so everyone else can pass it. And the interesting thing is that you know I appeared for pharmacy exam of Australia after 5 years, because I did my pharmacy from Pakistan in 2016. So if you are coming up for Australian pharmacy exam after 5 years, you can imagine how difficult is that for you. So what about you? How did you gone through all the procedure?
Yeah, I also went through the same procedure, like did eligibility check, and I also sat for the CAPS examination. But in my own case is different because I finished my master's program before I started reading for the exam. So it was
Ah,
just all about preparation for CAPS. So I had intensive preparation for 2 months. Then towards the exam date, I had to like stop my job entirely just to give full attention to CAPS preparation. Like, yeah.
ah, that's so interesting. You pass it in just 2 months, really?
Honestly, it was 2 months of intense preparation. I didn't do anything like 2 weeks to the examination, and I passed it at a sitting. So yeah, that's my own experience.
Okay, so can you tell our audience how many hours you spend every day in 2 month preparation?
So I'll put it at 6, 8 hours in a day to prepare for the examination. Then towards the examination period, like a week or 2 weeks to the examination, it was more than 8 hours in a day. I will say maybe I'll put it at 12 hours in a day just for the
So
preparation of the exam. Yeah.
one more question. Can you tell our fellow pharmacists from overseas, if someone is want to appear for pharmacy exam, Australian pharmacy exam, which is called Kaps, which book he or she should study? What
You know,
was your
yeah, different people have different resources they use for the examination. For my own case, in terms of preparation, I use a book known as Comprehensive Pharmacy Review.
mm-hmm.
I remember a friend of mine telling me then that I have to read every chapter of the book. I think you have close to 23 or 20 something chapters in the book, but
Yeah,
the friend advised me to focus on the first 18 chapters. To be
first.
serious with you, I finished the whole textbook, but I paid more attention to the first 18 chapters of the book. Then, in addition to the textbook, which is known as Comprehensive Pharmacy Review, I also watched a YouTube video known as Speed Pharmacology. Just
Yeah,
like
that.
you said, it's been long. I graduated from pharmacy school. I graduated from pharmacy school in my country like 5 years ago. So it's just like everything is not there. So I have to start all over again to build the knowledge base. So Speed Pharmacology is a YouTube channel. It really helped me in terms of preparation for pharmacology. It built my knowledge base, the basics of pharmacology. It really helped me. And also other resources. Another thing I also say that helped me is I joined like group discussion in Facebook, in WhatsApp. So we're able to share resources amongst ourselves. And I must say it really helped me to, yeah, to pass
So
the
what?
examination at a go.
That's great, man. You did it in just 2 months. It's just amazing. So my story is that I just study pharmacology Lipan card because I never studied CPR comprehensive pharmacy review when I was in Pakistan. So this book is no for me. So what I did, I thoroughly studied pharmacology Lipan card and then Apex calculation book and some other like material I gather from different sources. So it was not hard. So So can we directly come to the procedure how an overseas pharmacist can appear for
Yeah,
pharmacy in Australia?
ex-
What
exa-
has to do first? Can you explain?
so in terms of coming to Australia to work as a pharmacist, if you are trained outside Australia, first of all, there are two pathways you can come to Australia to work as a pharmacist. So the first pathway is known as knowledge assessment pathway, which has to do with Kaps. So if you are trained in any country that is not United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, Ireland, and New Zealand, so you have to come through the knowledge assessment pathway. So what we are talking about today is the knowledge assessment pathway. So in terms of coming to Australia to work as a pharmacist, through the knowledge skills assessment pathway, there are steps you need to follow. The first one is to do what is called eligibility check with Australian Pharmacy Council.
Yeah,
After you've done your eligibility check and it's positive, the second step would be to register for an examination known as CAPS. CAPS stands for Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Science.
yeah.
Then after you pass the CAPS examination, the next stage would be for you to go for English tests. In terms of registering with APRA, you need to score at least 7 if you are going for IELTS academics. If you are going for PTE, you need a minimum band of 65 in all the bands. So after you've gotten all this, you need to lodge what is called provisional registration with APRA. So I think it's better for us to go into details to talk to people about this, like the first stage. So can you tell us more about the first stage of coming to Australia as a pharmacist?
Yeah, so I'm just sorry to interrupt you. I'm just gonna ask you some question. You said basically first we have to get skill assessment, which is called eligibility check. Is it?
Exactly, yeah.
Once we get it, then we have to prepare for CAPS exam.
Absolutely.
And if we pass CAPS exam, the final step is to get IELTS score 7 each and overall, or you can like appear for PTE exam and you have to score 66 score each and overall. If you get that, just apply for provisional registration. So, can you tell me the fee for skill assessment? Any
So
idea?
skills assessment, the current cost is 1,310 Australian dollars.
Okay.
And yeah, for CAPS examination, as at the last time we checked, the cost is or the cost was 2,230 Australian dollars. So it's something that's subject to change. So that is the current cost for eligibility check and CAPS examination.
So at will, I'm just gonna explain our like subscriber, like from my side, like from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh in Hindi Urdu. So just bear me for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm gonna explain quickly in just Urdu. Okay.
That'll be fine. Go ahead and do it.
सो गाइस मैं हाफिज़ हूँ मैं लाहौर से बेसिकली मैंने फार्मेसी की थी हजवेरी यूनिवर्सिटी से तो मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया में मतलब मास्टर डिग्री के लिए आया तो मैंने फार्मेसी का एग्ज़ाम दिया था मार्च 2022 में और उस टाइम मैं मतलब डबल डिग्री मास्टर भी कर रहा था ना एमबीए और मास्टर ऑफ प्रोफेशनल अकाउंटिंग तो इतना मुश्किल नहीं था मैंने मतलब 3 मंथ पढ़ा है और 4 मंथ 4 आवर्स एवरी डे दिए हैं तो और 5 साल बाद मैंने दिया था तो इतना मुश्किल नहीं था। अगर तो कोई फ्रेशली ग्रेजुएट है पाकिस्तान से, इंडिया से जिसने मतलब दिया तो उनके लिए तो आसान होगा। तो मेरी जर्नी सिंपल ये है कि मैंने उसके लिए मतलब 3 मंथ मैंने फार्माकोलॉजी फार्माकोलॉजी लिपन कॉर्प पढ़ी, एपिक्स कैलकुलेशन की बुक पढ़ी, और डिफरेंट सोर्सेज ऑफ मतलब जो फेसबुक पे अवेलेबल हैं ग्रुप्स कैप्स के नाम से, तो वहाँ से मटेरियल, कुछ स्टडी मटेरियल अरेंज किया। और नंबर फाइनल चीज़ थी, एक पेज है स्पीड फार्माकोलॉजी, सॉरी चैनल है, यूट्यूब चैनल ना स्पीड फार्माकोलॉजी, वो बहुत हेल्पफुल है फार्माकोलॉजी को लेके। तो सिंपली अगर कोई ओवरसीज फार्मासिस्ट चाहता है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में कोई काम करने के लिए एज ए फार्मासिस्ट, तो उसके लिए 3 मेन स्टेप है। नंबर 1 पे आपको स्किल असेसमेंट करवानी होगी ऑस्ट्रेलियन फार्मेसी काउंसिल से। उसके लिए आपको 4 डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए, आपकी डिग्री चाहिए, आपका ट्रांसक्रिप्ट, आपका मतलब रजिस्ट्रेशन एज ए फार्मासिस्ट इन पाकिस्तान और इंडिया, और नंबर 4 पे आपको चाहिए पासपोर्ट। सिंपली स्कैन कराएं इन्हें और इनको अपलोड करें ऑस्ट्रेलियन फार्मेसी काउंसिल की वेबसाइट पे जाके। और इसकी फ़ीस थी जो मैंने पे की थी कोई $1300 ऑस्ट्रेलियन। तो ये प्रोसेस कोई ना 6 से 8 हफ्तों में आपकी स्किल असेसमेंट आ जाती है, डॉक्यूमेंट की असेसमेंट। उसके बाद सेकंड स्टेप होता है आपने कैप्स एग्ज़ाम के लिए तैयारी करनी है और कैप्स एग्ज़ाम समहाउ पास करना है। तो 3 बार होता है साल में ना कैप्स एग्ज़ाम, मार्च में, जुलाई में और देन नवंबर में। बाकी आप अपनी कंट्री में देख सकते हैं कि इंडिया में या पाकिस्तान में किस स्टेट को अवेलेबल है। कैप्स एग्ज़ाम की फ़ीस है $2250 जो मैंने पे की थी। पाकिस्तान में हो सकता है थोड़ी सी कम हो। तो अगर आप कैप्स एग्ज़ाम पास कर लें, उसके बाद आपका लास्ट स्टेप होता है आपने इंग्लिश की तैयारी करनी है। उसके लिए या आइल्स में आपको 7 बैंड चाहिए ओवरऑल और ईच। और अदर ऑप्शन जो ईजीएस्ट वन है वो पीटीई है, पियर्सन इंग्लिश टेस्ट। वो बहुत ईजी है, वो आराम से बंदा हर कोई कर सकता है। उसमें भी आपको 66 स्कोर चाहिए। जब आपका पीटी स्कोर या आइल्स आ जाए, उसके बाद सिंपली आप प्रोविजनल रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए अप्लाई करें ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, जो इनकी मेडिकल बॉडी है जिसको कहते हैं एफ्रा। तो वहाँ आप वो अप्लाई करें। वो भी कोई 6 से 8 वीक का प्रोसेस है। और जब आप एक बार रजिस्ट्रेशन मिल जाएगी आपको, उसके बाद आपके पास 2 ऑप्शन है ऑस्ट्रेलिया में आने के। नंबर 1 जो मोस्टली लोग करते हैं, जिनको काफ़ी लोगों को मैं जानता भी हूँ, पाकिस्तानी 2-3 लड़की हैं, 2-3 लड़के इस तरह, जो इस जिस पाथवे से आए थे, वो थी स्कॉलरशिप, और सॉरी स्पॉन्सरशिप अपॉर्चुनिटी। तो यूजुअली इस टाइम ऑस्ट्रेलिया में फार्मासिस्ट चाहिए, बहुत ज़्यादा मार्केट है। तो आप जब रजिस्ट्रेशन हो जाए एफ्रा में, तो आप अपनी अच्छी सी रिज्यूमे तैयार करें और डिफरेंट फार्मेसी ओनर जो है, फार्मेसी में बड़ी बड़ी फार्मेसी है, उनको ईमेल करें। तो जैसे ही वो ईमेल देखते हैं ना, तो वो स्पॉन्सर करते हैं आपको ना ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए। तो उस स्पॉन्सरशिप में आपका इतना खर्चा नहीं होता, क्योंकि मोस्टली 70 to 80% जो भी कॉस्ट आएगी वीज़ा प्रोसेसिंग में, वो सारा फार्मेसी ओनर अफोर्ड करता है। आपने जस्ट वीज़ा आया आपका, आप टिकट बुक करवाएं और ऑस्ट्रेलिया आ जाए। सेकंड ऑप्शन है कि आप डायरेक्ट 491 वीज़ा आप लगा सकते हैं इस टाइम वेस्टर्न ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, जिसके लिए एक्सपीरियंस नहीं चाहिए। लेकिन ज़्यादा इजी पाथवे जो मैंने देखा है, जो मोस्टली लोग आते हैं, वो है स्पॉन्सरशिप वाला। आप यहाँ आएंगे, सीधा आपका जॉब लग जाएगी। तो बहुत इजी प्रोसेस है। तो मैं तो हाईली रिकमेंड करूँगा कि जो पाकिस्तान इंडिया में बैठे, मुझे पता है वहाँ की क्या है, मतलब 30-35 हज़ार पे हम कमाई कर रहे थे फार्मासिस्ट वहाँ रिटेल फार्मेसी पे। तो यहाँ आपकी सोच भी नहीं है कि एक दिन में फार्मासिस्ट आप जितना वहाँ फार्मासिस्ट पाकिस्तान में एक मंथ में कमा रहा है ना, तो यहाँ एक दिन में उससे ज़्यादा कमा रहा है। सो ये प्रोसेस है। बाकी अब एडविल माई कुलीग इज गोना एक्सप्लेन in English is his turn. Okay, man. I described everything.
So how do you want me to come in now?
Sorry.
So what do you want me to say to the audience at this moment?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, if somehow someone just passed pharmacy exam, like for example for Nigeria from your country, and get registration at AFRA, what is the next step? How he or she can come to Australia? Which visa he
So
can?
yeah, there are various pathways one can come to Australia if you are trained overseas after you've passed your CAPS examination. Just like we said initially, you need to get your English test. Afterwards, you apply for provisional registration with APRA. And when this is done, the next stage will be to jump online and start looking for internship positions. Um, Actually, pharmacy is in high demand at the moment. A lot of employers in Australia are looking for pharmacists. So all you need is just to jump online, seek, or indeed, as the case may be, and search for internship positions. Because we're here, I would say there are some states in Australia that are more likely to employ overseas trained pharmacists. So you should be looking at states like Victoria, South Australia, or Perth. That is Western Australia. So there are high chances of you getting employment in these 3 states. and you'll be able to see employer to sponsor you to come to Australia to start your internship, after which you'll be able to get general registration to work here as a pharmacist. So there are various visa options you can vie for when you're coming here to work as a pharmacist. So the first one is known as visa 407. Basically, it's called a training visa. It's going to last for a year. So that will give you the opportunity to come here and do your internship. So there is another visa called Visa 482. It's employee sponsor visa. It usually lasts for 2 years. So what happens is the employer have to nominate you, and the Australian embassy immigration has to approve the nomination, after which you launch this visa. So when you come to Australia, you have to work for this employer for 2 years. There is another visa, I think Visa 489. It's still another employee sponsorship visa, but in terms of duration, you have to spend 5 years with this employer. So there are a whole lot of options in
Yeah.
terms of you coming to Australia to work as a pharmacist. So in the description section of this video, we've tried to simplify these options. So if you go to the description section of this video, you'll see a link directing you to the various visa options you can actually apply for with your employer to come to Australia to work as a pharmacist. Yeah.
All right. It's good. So I know many of the overseas pharmacists would like to ask, what is the salary scale in Australia? Like how much they can easily earn during the internship program, and subsequently after as a pharmacist, how much they can earn? Like, it's hourly base. We get on hourly base.
Yeah, so coming here to work as a pharmacist, when you start your internship, honestly, you're not going to expect much. You're not going to be paid much by the employer. One should be looking at between 24 to, let's say, 30 Australian dollars per hour. But after you've completed your internship and you have your general registration, there is going to be an increment in the pay, definitely. You should be looking at something 35 to about $45 per hour when you work as a community pharmacist. My friend told me that hospital there is more pay in hospital. I'm not too sure about it. Yes. What do you think in terms of payment? Do you think they pay hospital pharmacists more than
I,
community pharmacists?
I share the same views, but I think so. At the moment, Australia is facing shortage of pharmacies, is it? And every pharmacy is after the pharmacies. We need pharmacies. Because when I applied for intern position, to be honest, I got more than 30 like opportunities all over the Australia. So at the moment, this is the golden time for everyone who is onshore or someone is offshore. You can get maximum, like you can negotiate about payment. So I think so. Minimum you can, as an intern pharmacy, you can easily get in between 25 to 30. And once you've done your internship, then as a pharmacist, you can get in between like 40 to $50. And with the passage of time, you even this salary as a pharmacy will obviously increase. So yeah, it's a good country for pharmacists, to be honest. And
Exactly.
immigration process is very easy for pharmacists here.
Yeah. Because at the moment, pharmacy is in the high demand list. So it's actually in the priority list at the moment. If you're
Yeah.
able to get employer to sponsor you come here, the visa processing time is really quick at this point in time. Then another question our audience would like to know is when they come here to do their internship, how many hours do they have to spend? Do they have to engage in internship program? So what is it really like in terms of them doing internship here and getting their pharmacy registration, general registration with APRA? Can you throw more light on that?
You just continue. You are explaining good.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say, because people need to understand this, when you pass your Kaps examination, you will be able to lodge provisional registration with APRA, then after which you start your internship. So at the moment, because of COVID, APRA will approve certain number of hours for you to complete at your place of internship. It used to be 1,800 and something hours, but for some reason, I believe due to COVID, it was reduced to 1,500 and something hours.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
you're
need to
right.
complete these hours um, at your area of internship. And during the course of internship, you'll be assigned a supervisor who is going to supervise your daily activities. The one more thing again is you need to enroll in what is called internship program. There are a lot of internship program you can enroll to when it comes to doing internship in Australia. So there is
Okay.
youth internship program. There is one with Monash University. There is one with PSA. So I think we are both with PSA. We're
Yeah.
both with guild. So for some reason, we find it very easy and it gives us a lot of flexibility
So
in terms of
yeah,
going to work and coming back to do the assessment. So when you are done with all of this, if you accumulated 75% of the hours, you need to appear for another exam known as written exam. At the end of the day, there is still one more exam you have to take. It's known as oral exam. For both exams, you need to accumulate 75% of the internship hours. And after you've completely passed both examination and you also completed your internship training program, then you can lodge for general registration with APRA.
yeah.
Yeah.
The video
And
is
that is
all.
going to be, I think that is the last stage after which you be a full
Yeah.
licensed pharmacist. So you can, with the license, you can decide to work in a community pharmacy, you can go to hospital pharmacy. So there are lots of opportunities for pharmacists in Australia at the moment. So I think it's really something one could try. But we must say again that it's something time consuming. It's not something so quick. So you really need to be patient enough to go through the process of grading after you pass, to go through the process of applying for there are a whole lot of documentations. So you
Yeah.
really need to be patient, and by the end of the day, it's something worth trying because yeah, pharmacies is in high demand at the moment, and you
Uh,
guys are welcome to join the trend. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I think this video gonna help our fellow Aussie pharmacists a lot. In the next video, we're gonna explain in detail the steps after passing, after getting like a provisional registration, when you just enter to the pharmacy as an intern pharmacist. So we're gonna explain in detail in next video, like how many hours they have to complete, and which intern training program they have to choose, and how is the oral exam as well as like written exam for general registration. So in next video we will try to explain in detail all this step. That's fine.
All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming to our channel. In case you're just coming to the channel for the first time, please try and subscribe and also hit the notification button so that the next time we
Yeah.
release our video, you'll be notified and you'll be carried along in what is happening in the channel. Yeah. Thank you so much for being with us today. We'll
And
be
one
away
more,
next time.
if our audience have some question in their mind, they can just comment in the comment section, and we will reach them out. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Absolutely. If you
Thank
have
you.
any question, just drop it in the comment section. We'll reply you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, my friend Hafiz, for
Otherwise,
being in this
yeah.
program. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys next time. Until then, have a lovely day. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.